Hello, YouTubers. Today we're talking about a subject that seems to come up virtually every spring. It is a contentious debate, and one that never seems to go away. The vlog I'm talking about is the 250 versus the 600. A lot of people in the spring are looking for bikes, especially sport bikes, a lot of younger guys. And they're looking at all the online ads, Craigslist, everything, and saying, hey, I should get a bike. Well, what kind of bike should I get? So then they'll go to a lot of forums, like motovlog.com, or other manufacturer-specific forums. They'll say, hey, I'm thinking about getting a bike. Should I get a 250, or should I get a 600? Now, the debate seems to go on along this line. I can get a 250, which is a lot cheaper, or I can get a 600, which is probably more expensive, but it's got a lot more power. I'm not sure there's any right answer. Everybody's got a different take on it. But my take on it goes like this. A 250 is cheaper, obviously. It's a cheaper bike to buy usually. The insurance is a lot cheaper, especially if you are a younger person, say in the range of 16 to about 25. 25 is when you hit the insurance. What the insurance people think is you're not going to be stupid. If you get married and have kids, they think you're not going to be stupid. They're usually right most of the time. But the insurance is going to be a lot cheaper on a 250. On a 600, it's going to be more expensive because it's a bigger bike. A lot of the insurance companies, if you look at them and you call around, they'll insure bikes versus the kind of bike, a sport bike, or they'll insure it based on the cc size of the engine. When I was getting my bike, I called two different places, and one was going to base it on the cc size, and the other was going to base it on the kind of bike it was. When I talked to the guy about the kind of bike, he said, what kind of bike is it? I said, a sport bike. He's like, ooh, and there's a long pause, a lot of silence. He said, that's going to cost you a lot more. I said, well, why? He said, because we insure sport bikes at a much higher rate because our loss ratio is much higher. We got a lot of guys that are throwing them around and wrecking them. So his quote for me, and I'm obviously a little older, his quote to me was several $100s more a year than the other agency that said it was going to base it on the cc size. So I encourage you to shop around. Anyway, back to the 250. It's a good bike. People seem to like it. They seem to have fun on it. Yeah, it's smaller. Kind of sounds like a weed eater sometimes, or a leaf blower. But a lot of people have fun. In terms of a 600, it's a much bigger bike. It's a lot faster, but you can also get yourself in a lot of trouble. The throttle is twitchy on a lot of them. I don't know about all the others, I haven't ridden all of them, but I know it took me a little while to get used to the throttle on the F4i just because it is a little twitchy. I mean, it's sensitive, and it'll run, it'll go. When you twist the throttle, it'll go. My biggest problem with buying a 250, if you can afford it, if you got the money and you can handle the insurance, my biggest problem with the 250 is the fact that you will outgrow it within a matter of months sometimes, because it's a smaller bike. It's a great bike to learn on, but as you've seen, if you look at all the other motovloggers around who had a 250, tell me one that still has it. They don't. It's a great bike for a season to learn on, but it's not going to run with all the other 600s and all the leader bikes. That's not what it's designed for. Great on fuel consumption. I mean, mine is extremely efficient, but it'll suck gas when I'm going quick. So it's a debate. It's a debate that never seems to end. Every spring there's people saying, I want a bike, 250 or 600. My vote, go with the 600. You won't be unhappy within a couple months. Yeah, they got good resale, but it kind of sucks to have to worry about resale when you can have a bike for several months or several years and not even have to worry about reselling. That's my take. See you next time.